Ever notice how some people, they just glide to a resistance? Like they ask something, suggest something, say something, and people lean in instead of pushing back. They're not fighting upstream, they're swimming with the current. But they built the current. You might think they're just charming or lucky or natural, but hell no. They're unconsciously running one of the most badass belief systems and behaviour codes out there. So what I'm about to install in you, and I do mean install like firmware, like a secret operating system that hijacks your doubt, confuses your fear and upgrades your soul. Let's start by getting this into your bones. Reactance is just a pissed off inner child screaming, "Don't tell me what to do." Resistance is just fear dressed up in logic's clothing. And you're the one who can dance with both. Now. You resist a task. Instead of shaming yourself, you say, "Teach me, using this moment, how I naturally try to protect my autonomy. Now I can choose a new response." Someone argues back at your idea. Instead of pushing harder, you go, "Teach me, using reactance, how to create freedom inside the frame. How do I offer choices?" So they stop seeing me as a fucking threat. Because people don't resist truth, they resist control. So the mind hacker's belief system, you're now the person who believes autonomy is sacred, yours and others. Knows all resistance is just feedback, not failure. Understands emotions, they're fucking data packets, not enemies. Feels that persuasion isn't pushing, it's framing freedom. You're not here to bulldoze objections. You're here to seduce the defences into relaxing by making them feel they chose to lower the drawbridge. Some examples from real life that you've already lived. I've had a friend who wouldn't take advice until you said nothing, and then they came to the same conclusion you were trying to give them. That's reactance in action, and you were the Jedi without knowing it. Ever feel like procrastinating something, and then the second you gave yourself permission not to do it, your brain fucking wanted to do it? That's internal reactance reversed. Now imagine if you could do that on command with everyone, even yourself. You can. Because here's the truth bomb. Resistance isn't the problem. How you respond to it is. Science says your brain is not stubborn, it's protective. Mirror neurons. They make people like people who reflect their energy. You match, they mirror. You shift, they follow. Oxytocin. You build trust. You drip feed that neurochemical like a fucking love potion. Their guard drops. Reactance theory. When someone feels controlled, their nervous system, it flips the fuck out and shouts, "Fuck no," even if it's good for them. The framing bias. How you present it matters more than what you present. What if we tried X? Opens a portal. You should do X, slams it shut. Self-determination theory. Freedom and competence and connection. Means people do shit willingly. That's the cocktail that you're learning to serve. So some reality-bending language patterns that you now use. You don't tell anyone. You hypnotize. You say, what if you already had the answer? And this moment was just showing you where to look. Some people find, when they slow down, reactance softens. I wonder if that might be true for you. You don't have to do this, but if you do, what would shift? You drop embedded commands like, you might begin to feel strangely motivated. You pace their current state. It's completely fine if you're not ready to change yet. Then lead them to where you want them. Because sometimes letting go happens naturally when we stop trying so hard. Reframe everything. Resistance is a sign of life. When someone pushes back, smile. They care. They're invested. They're protecting something that matters. You ask, what's important to you about that? You validate. That makes total sense. If I believed that too, I'd feel the same way. You offer space. There's zero pressure. Let's just explore together. You stop being the enemy. You become their ally. Suddenly, they're not defending against you. They're defending with you. Some resistance in yourself. Here's how to break it. You feel blocked. So you label it. Inner resistance. Cool. What are you trying to protect me from? Speak to it like a friend. You don't need to scream. I'm listening. Offer it a new job. Want to be my guidance instead of my guard. Give it a choice. Do we stay there? Or just try one tiny thing together? Now your own fear starts working for you. Resistance becomes fuel. Reactance becomes a fucking compass. Some little tricks that hit hard. Ask questions instead of making points. Use silence as pressure-free space. Validate before persuading. Say less when you want more. Use metaphors. Reactance is like a dog pulling harder. The more you yank the leash. But let it sniff, it'll follow. Keep your vibe loose, warm, playful. Tension kills influence. Frame failure as feedback, always. The identity shift. You're no longer the person who fights resistance. You're the fucking alchemist who uses it. Your new operating system. I influence without pressure. I lead through resonance, not resistance. I guide energy, not force it. I trust the flow because I am the flow. And any time you hit a wall, you don't crash. You melt through it. Because now you know, resistance isn't an enemy. It's a mirror. It's a message. It's momentum disguised. So from now on, every time you feel pushback, internal or external, your new unconscious reflex is to ask this moment how you dance with resistance, how to lead it without force, and somehow without trying. You do.